Christie.
Thank you.
I don't know. I think that guy may need to talk to an anger management professional.
Well,
right now.
Once again, Christie's in the news for taking on a heckler.
Don't do that.
In a public forum. And actually a former council person who's a former pro athlete as well. But anyhow, this time it was on Hurricane Sandy relief. The New Jersey governor went on the attack against a former city council member who held a sign that read, "Stay in New Jersey, finish the job."
You all know me. So if we're going to get into a debate here today, it's going to get very interesting and very fun. So, yeah, I understand. So I'll be more than happy to have a debate with you anytime you like, Guy, because somebody like you who doesn't know a damn thing about what you're talking about except to stand up and show off when the cameras are here. I've been here when the cameras aren't here, buddy, and done the work. I've been here when the cameras weren't here and did the work. So I'm glad you had your day to show off, but we're the ones who are here to actually do the work. So turn around, get your 15 minutes of fame, and then maybe take your jacket off, roll up your sleeves, and do something for the people of this state. And there's been 23 months since then when all you've been doing is flapping your mouth and not doing anything. So listen, you want to have the conversation later, I'm happy to have it, buddy. But until that time, sit down and shut up. Anytime you like. It's wonderful, absolutely. Yeah. I'll tell you. There's about 1,000 things I'll do tonight. Going to dinner with you is about number 1,001.
Why? Why?
The heckler who tried to invite Christie to dinner to finish the debate was trying to draw attention to a $1 billion program that gets New Jersey residents back in their homes following Superstorm Sandy.
What's going on with them? I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, everybody loves, politician that fights back, but you ignore hecklers. You have fun with hecklers. I don't know, does he think this is like a gateway to winning the Iowa caucuses? John, what's going on here?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, look, there's obviously, we know that the YouTube channel and his confrontations in various settings was part of what drove him to national prominence and gave him a certain kind of a public profile. But I just looked at that, and he looked angry, and I think anger just never comes across very well on television. As you said, joke, humor, you can deal with hecklers, you can be funny, you can sometimes be a little confrontational. That just seemed angry to me, and anger, I don't think
Guy was right in his face, and I'm not sure. Shouldn't he have moved at some point, or?
So, I mean, you have hecklers. Hecklers have been called. Christina, hecklers have been following politicians around for like 4,000 years.
They sure have.
And the number one rule is ignore hecklers. And
think about this. All the college students in Iowa that like to really spend a lot of time going to presidential caucus events and talking to these candidates at their town halls, like some of them get a little in your face and a little rowdy. And if he does that more than once, like the Iowa nice does not like that. No matter how many times you call somebody buddy, it's clear you don't mean that they're your buddy.
It's like bless your heart in the South.
We all know Governor Christie knows that this is part of his own mythology. These confrontations is part of his brand and his reputation, and you can kind of see how much he enjoys getting in these. The problem is, in this case, the guy brings up fairly a really good point about what's happening.
There are people still not in their homes.
2 years this week since Sandy, and a lot of that money that was supposed to go to rebuild these towns, this guy's from Belmar, down at the shore, just hasn't been distributed. I don't know, maybe that's not the right way to go about it. Maybe that's the only way he could get his message out after 2 years.
I mean, that's his right to do it.
Yeah.
He's got a right to go and carry a sign and
he served
confront a governor. And, the thing is, we talked about Gail, right? And where you went after the teacher, Gail. It's one thing when you're telling somebody, hey, back off.
Yeah.
These are my kids, okay? It's none of your business. These are my kids. It's another thing, and I think we all laughed, and for good reason. Don't get personal with somebody's kids, and if they decide to send them to a Christian school. It's quite another thing if somebody's bringing up a legitimate point, and you're telling them to sit down and shut up.
It's not like this guy was a 9/11 truther screaming from the back of the arena. I mean, maybe he should take it up another way, but I don't know how else you get in front of the governor of the state of New Jersey.
I mean,
but his point is a legitimate point.
Could you say, listen, where are you from? Belmar? Okay, you know what? Come on over here. I want to hear what you have to say.
Let's take your name and number. We'll get back to you.
Well, that's what you do.
Bring someone over to keep him and then go talk to him personally after. I don't know.
Exactly, Christie. Hey, listen, I'd love to talk to you. Hey, can you talk to Lewis over here? Can you give Lewis a name and number?
Sounds like you've done that before.
That's just not what you would actually. You would want to hear what they have to say, but there's.
No.
I don't know.
No,
all right, let's let it be.
The guy
for now.
obviously, and yes, the guy's trying to get attention. We understand the guy's getting attention, so Christie, don't give him attention.
Okay.
You just gave him attention. I saw he was on all the nightly news broadcasts last night, and then they went over and interviewed the guy.
Yeah.
But
do you think Chris Christie for a second regrets that this morning as he watches?
You know, he's gotten very combative, and I think I think he's seen the polls that I knew were coming, that people probably support his decision to quarantine this nurse. So maybe he's feeling a little feisty. Yeah. It's a balance. It's a balancing act, and he went over the line there. That may work in Jersey. I don't even know that works in Jersey. It's not going to work in New Hampshire. It's not going to work in Iowa. It's not going to work in South Carolina. It's not going to work in the early primary states.
Happy warrior is what you want.
Happy
warrior. That was not.
Gotta find the joy back.
Did not a lot of happy in that image. Just
okay.